The wisdom behind the losses Muslims suffered during Uhud. Allah states to His believing servants who suffered losses in the Battle of Uhud, including 70 dead, قَدْ خَلَّتْ مِنْ قَبْلَكُمْ sunan were faced before you. For the previous nations who followed their prophets before you, they too suffered losses. However, the good end was theirs, and the ultimate defeat was for the disbelievers. This is why Allah said, فَسِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَانظُرُوا كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الْمُكَذِّبِينَ. Allah said next, هَذَا بَيَانٌ لِلنَّاسِ, meaning the Quran explains the true reality of things and narrates how the previous nations suffered by the hands of their enemies. وَهُدَى وَمَوْعِظَةٌ, for the Quran contains the news of the past, and huda for your hearts, وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, to discourage committing the prohibited and forbidden matters. Allah comforts the believers by saying, وَلَا تَهِنُوا, because of what you suffered, وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. For surely the ultimate victory and triumph will be yours, O believers. إِن يَمْسَسْكُمْ قَرْحٌ فَقَدْ مَسَّ الْقَوْمَ قَرْحٌ مِثْلُهُ. Therefore, the ayah says, if you suffered injuries and some of you were killed, then your enemies also suffered injuries and fatalities. وَتِلْكَ الْأَيَّامُ نُدَاوِلُهَا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ, and at times, out of wisdom, we allow the enemy to overcome you, although the final good end will be yours. وَلِيَعْلَمَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those who believe, meaning, so that we find out who would be patient while fighting the enemies, according to Ibn Abbas. وَيَتَّخِذَ مِنْكُمْ شُهَدَاءَ, those who would be killed in Allah's cause and gladly offer their lives seeking His pleasure. وَاللَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الظَّالِمِينَ وَلِيُمَحِّصَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا 140, 141, by forgiving them their sins, if they have any. Otherwise, Allah will raise their grades according to the losses they suffered. Allah's statement, وَيَمْحَقَ الْكَافِرِينَ, for it is their conduct that if they gain the upper hand, they transgress and commit aggression. However, this conduct only leads to ultimate destruction, extermination, perishing, and dying out. Allah then said, أَمْ حَسِبْتُمْ أَن تَدْخُلُوا الْجَنَّةَ وَلَمَّا يَعْلَمِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ جَهَدُوا مِنْكُمْ وَيَعْلَمَ الصَّابِرِينَ. Those of you who will perform jihad, and knows those who are the patient. The ayah asks, do you think that you will enter paradise without being tested with warfare and hardships? Allah said in Surah Al-Baqarah, أَمْ حَسِبْتُمْ أَن تَدْخُلُوا الْجَنَّةَ وَلَمَّا يَأْتِكُمْ مَثَلُ الَّذِينَ خَلَوْا مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ مَسَّتْهُمُ الْبَأْسَاءُ وَالضَّرَّاءُ وَزُلْزِلُوا. As came to those who passed away before you, they were afflicted with severe poverty and ailments, and were so shaken. Allah said, أَلَمَ حَسِبَ النَّاسُ أَن يُتْرَكُوا أَن يَقُولُوا آمَنَّا وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ. This is why He said here, أَمْ حَسِبْتُمْ أَن تَدْخُلُوا الْجَنَّةَ وَلَمَّا يَعْلَمِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ جَهَدُوا مِنْكُمْ وَيَعْلَمَ الصَّابِرِينَ. Those of you who will perform who are the patient. Meaning, you will not earn paradise until you are tested. And thus Allah knows who among you are the ones who struggle and fight in His cause and are patient in the face of the enemy. Allah said, وَلَقَدْ كُنْتُمْ تَمَنَّوْنَ الْمَوْتَ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَن تَلْقَوْهُ فَقَدْ رَأَيْتُمُوهُ وَأَنْتُمْ تَنْظُرُونَ, before you met it. Now you have seen it openly with your own eyes. The ayah proclaims, O believers, before today, you wished that you could meet the enemy and were eager to fight them. What you wished has occurred, so fight them and be patient. In the two Sahihs, it is recorded that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, لا تتمنوا لقاء العدو وسلوا الله العافية فإذا لقيتموهم فاصبروا واعلموا أن الجنة تحت ظلال السيوف. This is why Allah said here, فَقَدْ رَأَيْتُمُوهُ, death. You saw it when the swords appeared, the blades were sharpened. The spears crisscrossed, and men stood in lines for battle. This part of the ayah contains a figure of speech that mentions imagining what can be felt but not seen.